Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Waharaka Kadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity and truth. And I just want to do a response to the elder brother from Chicago, Malcolm. He was responding to this Edomite right here. And these Edomites are proud, okay? They refuse to accept guilt, but that's okay. You see, because a criminal doesn't have to accept his guilt in order to be judged. The judge who is in authority establishes guilt and then establishes the judgment and then forwards the sentence. All right? You Edomites, you're guilty, and your judgment is written. And in due time, pursuant to the book of Revelations, the 2nd chapter, the 25th verse, in due time, the saints, the people of the Lord, the Israelites, we're going to be given the power and the authority to execute the judgment which is written for your guilt. So let's put it that way. And in that day, your acceptance of guilt is not going to be required. So we don't give a damn whether you devils believe you're guilty or not. You are guilty. You devils are guilty as hell. All right, and I got a couple scriptures. All right, because he's talking about how to the victors go the spoils. First of all, victory doesn't denote right or wrong, okay? Just because you win, just because you overcome someone, doesn't mean you was in the right. Yeah, I can go out there on the street right now. I could take a baseball bat and randomly see one of my brothers on the street and smash his brains in. I could do that. And that would be a victory, would it not? You know, I smashed his brains in. I won the fight. But according to the law, that's murder. So victory in war or victory in a fight does not mean that you are righteous and without guilt. All right, but you see, Esau, his spirit is one of the sword. All right, he believes that the sword determines who is right and who is wrong, and because he, is the king of the sword right now, he's right. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, because as far as he's concerned, you're going to have to come up against that sword to prove him wrong. But what he don't know is that the sword is going to fail him. All right, but let's get Habakkuk 2:8, because this is to you Edomites, because thou hast spoiled many nations. You Edomites have conquered and used the sword in wickedness to rob and steal and spoil many nations, beginning with the nation of Israel. But guess what? All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house. Yeah, an evil covet. That's you Edomites. You've coveted an evil covetousness to your house. That's how you've received the spoils you have received. That's how you've amassed the wealth you have amassed as a people. It's through evil covetousness, that he may set his nest on high, that you may be above all people, that he may be delivered from the power of evil, because you think that through the spoils you've received and the sword you possessed, that you shall never see the days of evil, that you won't be judged. But you're going to be judged. All right, because there's a higher power than you. You silly fool. You really thought, come on, man. You devils are through, man. You're guilty, man. Shame is going to cover you, man. Read the book of Obadiah, the 18th chapter, man. Thou shouldest not have. Point blank, period. All right. Let me get a scripture here, man. You devils really think that might is right. Well, you ain't the mightiest. The mightiest is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So his might is right. And he determines what's right and what's wrong, and who's innocent and who's guilty. And according to the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man, you devils are guilty as hell. All right. This is Sirach, the 5th chapter. See, you Edomites, man. You trust in that sword and you trust in your money. And both those things are going to fail you in these last days, man. This is the book of Sirach, the 5th chapter. It says, set thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And that's what you Edomites have been doing. You Edomites have been moving according to your own righteousness. You've been flattering yourself in your own eyes, doing whatever the hell you want to do on the earth, right? And justifying wickedness. That's what this devil just trying to do. Oh, okay, to the victor goes the spoils. Okay, that's true. Whoever wins a war receives the spoils. But guess what? That doesn't mean that they are the innocent party or the not guilty party in the situation. You can be the villain, you can be the evil one, you could be the perpetrator and still win the war. But guess what? That blood is upon your hands, man, and the judgment is going to return upon your own head for that. You Edomites have never waged one righteous war ever, because you're not righteous people, you're thieves. And every war you've ever waged is out of your own covetousness. That's your nature. You're a covetous man, and you find any excuse to justify your covetousness and your hate and your iniquity. All right? But your time is coming, man. See, the time's going to come in where we ain't going to be doing no more talking, man. The Lord's going to give us that authority, man. In fact, I'm going to get that. That's the last scripture I'm going to pull. All right? And say not, who shall control me for my works? The reason why this Edomite is so proud and so bold in his statements is because at the back of his mind, he's basically saying to himself, really, there's no one that can punish so-called white people. We have the superior military power. The most powerful military nations on the planet Earth are all ruled and run by so-called white people. This is the source of their pride. So they're like, first of all, how you going to tell me I'm guilty? And even if I am, what the fuck are you going to do about it? So if I say I'm not guilty, then that's what it is. And that's the spirit of these Edomites. But what they don't know is there's one which is above. Hey, fucked up, man. You know you don't fucked up, right? It says, and say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. And your pride is going to be revenged, man. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? For the Lord is long-suffering, he will in no wise let thee go. So your shame and your guilt lingereth, man. It's a stain onto your spirit, man. And that's why these things keep popping up. Even though you try and sweep it under the rug, these racial issues, your crimes keep it's like a stench lingering. All right? And it's going to continue to linger till that stench rises up. And say not, his mercy is great, he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. So the Lord, as merciful as the Lord can be, is as wrathful as he can be. And you Edomites, man, pursuant to the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, the vessel's fitted for that wrath anyway. So you're going to feel it. You're going to receive the full wrath of the Lord. So good luck with that. All right, let me get this last scripture here, man. Because we're going to get the power, man. And we're going to judge you Edomites, man. And you're guilty. You Edomites are guilty, man. There's no getting around your guilt. Your guilt is solidified, man. It just is what it is. Revelations 2:25 down to 26. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. So we're going to get power over the nations, beginning with you Edomites. And once we receive power over you, what do you think we're going to do with that power? We're going to sentence you Edomites. We're going to put you Edomites under the judgment, because you're guilty, and you're not going to be able to speak up or like this. You ain't going to be able to talk. Listen, man, sit down in silence, man. You're going to be powerless, just like Jake is powerless in your judicial system when you're judging Jake, and Jake have to eat it. Well, you're going to have to eat your judgment. All right? He shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father, man. So you Edomites, man, you Edomites are through. You're guilty, man, and your guilt is ever before you, man, and you trying to hide from it, you trying to run from it, you trying to create alternate realities and false paradigms. Oh, stories wasn't, we didn't steal the land, to the victor goes the spoils, man. Whatever, man, you're a thief, and you're gonna be judged, man. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.